What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Self Spoken Podcast. I'm your host, Self Spoken Law, and I got my two co-hosts with me here today. OddwOrld, say what up.
What up? It's your boy OddwOrld.
And I got my guy Brotegé with me. Say what's good.
Konnichiwa. Ogen Ideska.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I had to practice that one for a minute.
Yokoso. The Self Spoken Podcast. Welcome.
Yes. What happened, man? You alright?
Dude, Daijobu, okay?
I'm crying.
It's gonna be okay.
Y'all are gonna give me a stroke.
I'm crying. Hey, man, it's working.
All right.
It's working.
Anyway,
Episode 3, let's go.
Yes. Anyway, how you guys doing today?
All good. Weather in New York has been beautiful. I'm thankful. I'm knock on wood right now. Because it's New York, so it could change in 2 seconds.
Yep.
But it's looking hopeful, not for my allergies or anything, but for the summer. I'm excited. I'm sick of the winter.
Yeah, I'm good too. I feel a little sluggish, but nonetheless, I'm still up to par with everything. I'm fine. I'm more energetic. I'm energetic enough for podcasts.
Talk about 5.
5. Yeah. But no, I'm good nonetheless. I'm just glad, like I said, like always, I'm glad that we're here. We can do this, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. I'm just chilling. This week wasn't the best. I guess just mentally, I just wasn't there, like energy wise or whatever. But still trying to be productive. This is very productive for me. Just my main thing is to just be productive. So that's what I'm trying to do. I guess I see. I got glasses on today. I'm tired of not being able to see. So yeah, it's reflecting some light. So I hope that ain't a big deal. But yeah, I'm just chilling and happy to be here. And I guess we ready to get going.
Shout out to Law for doing most of season 1 and so far the beginning of season 2 just blind.
Yeah,
blind in it, man.
Just fully blind.
Yeah, I don't like wearing contacts because I tried it for like a week and then I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Not for everybody.
Yeah. So I'll do that LASIK eye surgery one day.
Yeah.
It's only like 3 bands.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's only like 2-3 bands.
I've heard it's really nice.
Yeah, I know a couple people that got it, and they see like 20/20 after that.
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy.
One day, I'll get it done.
Technology.
Yeah, but so we're here, and today, right now, we're gonna talk about my guy, Fivio Foreign. His new album, it came out just about 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah.
But we're kind of late on it, but hey, better late than never.
Yeah, I mean, we had to, I think, it's New York, it's New York stuff. We have to talk about New York stuff, especially, like, if it's Fivio or, because this album was anticipated in terms of just, after his appearance on Kanye's album. And
we off the grid.
Yeah. Cause
I know how I feel about that song, especially his verse, man. Oh, man.
Watch season 1.
Yeah, everybody
oh,
just,
man.
everybody verse. Everybody, could not stop talking about that verse
man.
for the longest.
It was trending for a minute.
Trending.
Because it was just, it's been a while since a New York drill artist really went in for that long and about that deep. So, for just a long amount of time, I don't know I don't remember how long he was talking, but it had to be 2 minutes plus, at least.
Yeah.
He was doing his thing though. Hats off to him.
Yeah.
So.
But since then the hype has been up for this album.
Yeah. How you feeling about it?
Overall, I think it's solid. I think you really do have to enjoy New York drill to get into this album. It's I'm not even going to say it's niche because there's a lot of songs on there that are not New York drill, but at the same time, a majority of this album is. So if you're not a fan of that or if you're kind of getting tired of it, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend the whole album for you. I say delve in, find your songs. But yeah, I think it's solid. I think the production's amazing. I think he delivered on every song. Yeah, overall, it's a solid album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a drill. It's That's how I could best put it. It's like it's drill. It's drill. You could fit it into your category of, you know, you want to feel like, damn, I'm feeling kind of gangster today. Like let me fuck around with this shit. Like let me get gangster today.
Yeah.
And, you know, I ain't really gangster, but I'm gonna get gangster today in my car. You know, but yeah, like nonetheless, you could feel the vibe of like, yo, yeah, this is especially a New Yorker. Like, yo, this is my city. This is a nigga that's making songs in my city, and it's like, yeah, you know, yo, I could rock with it.
Yeah,
I could definitely rock with it. So yeah, all in all, the album was cool. It was cool.
Law.
It was cool.
I didn't enjoy it. I like this album. I was really anticipating it, especially because that verse and off the grid, of course. Ever since he dropped that verse, I feel like he's just been really good consistently. Because when he first came out, like 2019, I believe. When he first came out, I was like, yeah, sounds cool, but I wasn't really a fan of him, to be honest. But after that verse, I was like, yeah, like I like the energy coming with, and he's really been doing that consistently, just dropping hard verses, and I was excited for this album. I really felt like he was gonna do some good things, and he really did. I just have a couple issues, but besides that, I do like the album. Just a couple issues. I guess we could get into that later, but overall, I really think it's a solid project. You could listen to it often. You could pick your favorite songs, but I feel like you can also listen to the whole album.
Yeah,
I did that quite a couple of times. It's good enough to listen to a couple songs.
Right.
But anything else before we start, guys?
I just think the sample choice on this album is fantastic.
Oof.
But we'll get into it when we get into individual songs.
Yeah. Alrighty. First song we're gonna talk about. It's actually the first song on the album. It's On God. Casey's on there. I like this song. Anybody want to elaborate? But I really do like this track.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like it was. I'm not. I kid you not. It was a proper way to start off an album.
Yeah.
Like his delivery, what he was saying, everything was just to start off. And I'm not even gonna lie. This is the first time I ever heard Casey. I will not lie to you. This is my first time hearing the Casey. So when I heard him, I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. I see how he could fit in the song. It's not bad at all. But nonetheless, like Fivio, like he just went straight in, introduced how the album was gonna play out, introduced him, what he's going for, all that extra stuff. And I was like, oh, like yeah, this is how, and it felt like it was let me not say common. It was like a start, like an actual start to an album, like how it feels like albums should start. Or like how albums used to start. You know what I mean? So it's like when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, this gives me a sense like, yo, this is gonna be an album, a good album to say the least. So yeah, nonetheless, it was good. And Casey, nonetheless, he did his thing. I mean, I skip over Casey. Actually, yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah.
Nonetheless,
I mean, like you said, it's a really good intro. I actually like the lack of drums on this because you already know that like drill beats are majority drums, at least the vibe of it. But I love that he was able to keep that vibe and with a way less amount of like drill drums. And I feel like his reason being like, it was an epic sample, no drums, just vocals. Like this is the intro. Like this is him raw, So the rest of the album, he could mess around with those beats and other stuff. But this is like, it was like a really good welcome, I think, because it was just him. It was him and Casey. Casey did his thing. Pretty unique voice. I like the high pitch. He worked on a lot of the songs on this project. So, yeah.
Yeah. You kind of mentioned a point I was gonna say. This is a really good start to an album. My main thing with albums is the first song has to like start it off right. If the song is a little or it's trash, then you're really not gonna want to listen to the rest of the album. So the first song should be like solid, should be a good ass song to basically give you an introduction of what you're gonna have. And this album really did that. Fivio was just talking this shit. I really like his line, and I'm Gucci with the Haitians, the boy Haitians. So I really like that line. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like Casey doing some things on there. He was on the hook, just doing some little lines here and there. I really enjoyed it. Don't want to talk too much about it, but just overall, it's a really solid song.
Yeah.
Really started that album well.
Mm-hmm.
Next, this song has been out for quite a couple months now, but we just want to talk about it anyway.
I
City.
hear it every single day.
I don't. I don't.
Are you on TikTok?
single-
Because I feel like that's where you hear it.
I hear it on TikTok. I hear it on the radio. I hear it on Instagram. I hear it all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah.
I'm not on the radio and I'm not on TikTok.
TikTok.
So
Yeah, so there you go.
I barely
So
hear
you
it.
you missed like
You lucked
actually
out.
got- Exactly, you
Yeah.
lucked out basically. So
Yeah.
you know,
But
Jesus
City
Christ.
City of Gods, Kanye's on there, Kanye West and Alicia Keys. I literally just found out because I actually looked up the lyrics. Playboy Cardi is on there, but he's not credited as a feature.
bro,
I didn't even know that.
Mention that. I was gonna
I
mention
didn't
That's
even
kind
know
of
that.
weird. That's kind
Yeah.
of weird.
Yeah.
So it's literally just a what? It's just that. Cause do you remember Moon? Him and Kanye go to the moon.
Yeah.
That's what that's from. So my thing was like, if Kanye had any part in production in this, is that ad-lib right there, because that ad-lib technically belongs to him. So that ad-lib could appear on like any Kanye song that comes out now. What?
Now that I realize it is Cardi, I think, like, I can hear it because I heard "want" like all over the verse,
Yeah.
but I never was like, I wonder who this is. I never was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But now that I know it's him,
Thought, like,
I
yo,
really
who
do
is
hear
that?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. Like,
Yeah, no, very interesting to say the least.
How are you feeling about the track though?
Not the track nonetheless is cool. Like the instrumental, it's I can say it fits Alicia Keys just off the strength of like if you go back to like well, what song was it? The shit she did with Jay-Z, the New York song and
Yeah.
New York
all
State
that
of
shit.
Mind.
Yeah, New York
Yeah.
State of Mind. Yeah, that's why I looked at it like because as soon as I heard it, like I was like, oh, Alicia Keys. Like when I like months ago, when I first time I was like, oh shit, it's Alicia Keys. I didn't know she was fucking with Five and them like that, but nonetheless, it was cool. It felt like a huge sample kind of thing going on. Probably wasn't, but it definitely you could definitely get a sense like even if it wasn't of some sort.
what do
it's
you mean, like her included on that beat? Like, is
yeah,
it part of the sample?
Yeah,
I can see what you mean by that.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
see
It
what you
made it
mean by
seem
that.
like nonetheless, it made it seem like that was like a whole. It seemed like a
Yeah.
sample in some sort of way, but yeah. And then Kanye, I felt like he was just trying to keep up with the energy of Five. Like he wanted to keep up with the same energy as Off the Grid and try to like place it into this record too. He did a good job.
Mhm.
Just I don't think he did, an Off the Grid kind of energy. in
You
my
think it's
opinion.
not as good as
Yeah,
Off the Grid
exactly.
verse?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nonetheless, he still did a thing.
Yeah.
And need I say more about Fivio? Come on, that's his own record.
Yeah.
Of course, he's gonna fucking fuck it up.
He was chilling on it, but he was so
Yeah.
he sounded so comfortable. on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, whatever.
That's a solid take. I agree with you on the Kanye thing. Like, Kanye, this is like the second drill song we've ever heard Kanye on, and like Off the Grid was the first one. Don't quote me on that. I don't actually know if he's done more or not,
Not
but
that I
at least
heard.
from
Yeah.
what I remember. But you're right. Like, he sounds good, but he does. You can hear him, at least in my opinion, trying to keep up with Fivio and the
Yeah.
beat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where Fivio is so comfortable on this record, he doesn't need to try to keep up. He doesn't need to try to do this or that. Kanye's kind of going out of his way, and you can kind of hear it, I feel like. So I think Fivio just felt so comfortable and killed it so hard that he almost like outshined Kanye. And we know what Kanye can do because of Off the Grid. I feel like he didn't pick up from that.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I actually thought that Kanye had the better verse, but
Mm.
now that you're saying that, I kind of hear what you're saying because this is Favi's style. He's
Mhm.
used to this. But Kanye, it kind of seemed like his voice was a little, not his voice, his flow was a little choppy at times. So
Yeah.
now that I think about it, I kind of hear what you're saying.
Lyricism was good, like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
lyricism was
definitely,
really good.
Definitely,
Nonetheless,
You know,
definitely.
Yeah.
but it was just his presentation. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the flow and the delivery wasn't there for you, but
Yeah.
the lyrics was.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think I'll kind of agree with that because I guess I wasn't thinking about it too much, but yeah, now that you said it, I see what you're saying. There is a couple of flaws, but I like when he's singing the verse. I
for sure.
really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
He talked about his wife, or I guess not ex-wife. He talked about, hey, if you got her, like, you better thank me, like, yeah. So
Bro,
he was talking about that. He was just talking about a lot of things.
he's just wild.
He's in his bag. He's in his bag on that
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He's Kanye.
Yeah.
No surprises anymore.
All in all, song,
But-
good.
Solid. Yeah.
Yeah, solid song.
Dude, it made the radio for a reason.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One thing I would say though, it took me a while to get to Alicia Keys' hook. It took me a while to get used to it. I'm not gonna lie, because honestly, like she was singing. We all know Alicia Keys is singing
Yes.
her ass off.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure how much I liked it on a drill beat. I'm not sure how much I liked it, and especially because you can hear an effect. You can hear an effect. Like usually you would have effects on like mostly rapping songs because some rappers can't sing that well, so
Yeah.
they will put an effect. Alicia Keys could sing already,
Yeah.
so then they put an effect on her, and she's on a drill beat.
Yeah.
So those two things, it really didn't feel well for me at first.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt at first too. When like the song first dropped, I was like, yeah. But then I got used to it, so I was just like, okay, I can let it slide.
See,
Like the way that she was on it, like I could let it slide.
like you guys talking about that actually made me. It brought up like a thing that I meant to talk about with this, and I just forgot to write down. Like you made a good point in saying, you know, she has whatever on her voice, because it kind of almost reminded me of how they mix pop stars' voices. And like this hook was very pop to me. Like it didn't seem like the hardest drill, you know, whatever. It just seemed like a very pop hook to me. And that's probably why it made so big on the radio, other than Alicia Keys and Kanye being on the song.
Right.
But like just the way it was written in that chorus just seemed very pop to me, and like yeah, not out of place, but I could see how it wouldn't, like, this wouldn't make a playlist with other drill songs because of that.
I get it.
So,
I didn't mention Fivio too much. Fivio definitely did his thing.
yeah.
I see where you're coming from, where he's comfortable, and kind of he's just trying his best because that's really not his style.
Yeah.
So I really did enjoy Fivio's verse. I just like Kanye's more, but now that I think about it, he
The
did
substance.
have some, yeah,
Yeah.
he did
I got
have a little bit of flaws. So I'm not sure which verse I like more now.
you.
I'm not really sure.
See, but, like, here's my question. Like, will this be making playlist for either of you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But it would take a while because of the hook.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like what Alicia Keys is singing. I like how she's singing. It's just, like I said, the drill and also the effect they
Yeah.
put on it. So it took me a while.
Yeah.
It took a minute,
No, I
but
get
it would join playlist for
It's
me.
very poppy. That's just the one thing
Yeah.
that at least the hook is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Kanye did say one more thing I want to mention. I guess, like I said, this song was a few months ago. He mentioned that him and Drizzy are at peace, so that's just cool to hear.
Yes, that's right.
cool to
That's
hear.
right.
That's always good to hear. In
Yeah,
a
me and
song,
Drizzy
like,
made peace.
Yeah, like it's always good to hear in a song, like, you know, somebody you beefing with, and like a while after, you're like, yeah, you know, you shout them out on the song saying, yeah, we good now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
probably.
issue. I mean, that's the issue. That's interesting, because of what we'll talk about after we talk about this album. Because
We'll get into that one shortly.
yeah. We'll talk about that. But that line is just interesting in
Yeah.
in like foresight, I guess.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
Okay. Overall, pretty decent song.
Mhm.
Took some getting used to, but I fuck with it. Next track, What's My Name? Queen Naja's on the hook, also with Fabi, and Corey LeRae spits a verse as well.
Yo, Queen
Um,
Naja has a.
All right, you can talk about it, bro.
I'm sorry.
You can go ahead. No, you can
Go
talk
for it,
first,
go
bro.
for it,
You
go
seem
for
like
it.
you're
I'm so
enjoying
sorry.
it.
No, cause like I enjoyed her vocals a lot, Queen Naja, and she's somebody I actually recently got into, kind of, and yeah, like she's she's a real soulful woman. Freeze. As far as her vocals go, I sense a lot of soul. So when I heard her on this, I was like, whoa, like she done fit in that damn song perfectly.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep it very brief about Fivio because it's his album. Because like nonetheless, he dropped some shit. But and when it comes to these the features, I'm gonna focus more on the features because he already did his thing on the song. Need I say more? I'm just gonna briefly discuss the features. And with Coi Leray, head scratch.
Bro.
No disrespect. No. Hear me out though. It was good to listen to because after a lot of shit that we had spoke about with her, it's like it was good to see that I could actually hear something positive on her end on this song.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, it was a good song.
Yeah.
Like her verse, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, I agree with it just being good.
Yeah, exactly. Nonetheless, the verse is good. It was just like it kind of gave me a few minor head scratches by how she was flowing and how she sounded a bit, but nonetheless, she still did it. Nothing needed to be changed on her.
So the sample in this song is fire.
Almost forgot about the sample. Yeah.
Destiny's
Child.
They got their hands on this sample. Like it was either he paid a lot of money or he has some connections somewhere. Like or both. This is part one of you can turn any song into a drill song or any beat into a drill song. So this is the first example on this album. Yeah, I mean, Queen Naija, I don't listen to her enough because after the song, I could just hear. You can hear how much skill she has. Like, she's very refined in her style.
Yeah.
She's probably been around for way longer than we know her, than we know she's been because you can just hear how
she was a YouTuber for quite some time, and then she started making music.
Okay, word. So you can see that she's been working on her craft because she's so clean. The thing about Coi Leray is I felt her verse was just so short. Like, it was really short compared to everything else in that song.
Like a fur.
It was just a very short verse. And she also has a line that's, "This shit gets so it sound like Gur Pow." And I couldn't really get down with the last couple of lines.
You see what I'm talking about? You see why I said that, right?
Yeah. I was waiting for the slander, and no slander came. I was just, because I'm done slandering Coi Leray. But she was just Coi Leray on this.
Nigga said she was just Coi
Leray. She tends to do that a lot, where she doesn't finish the line, and she just kind of like ooh, like grr, pat, like she just does that, and like that's supposed to be words at the end of the line.
Now you see why I said head scratch, right? Exactly.
I'm happy that Fivio decided to reach out to her and put her on a drill beat. I'm happy he gave her the opportunity, because she's expanding her repertoire and all this stuff. It is just like so average to me, like that verse. It's short, and that's just Coi Leray. I mean, I don't want to be critical of Coi Leray because
you not get it.
But I know because I think it's because I know she can do better. I think it's because that. Because I've heard her, she's done better. Like, it's rare, but like, there's a couple, Everything Boz by Trippie Redd featuring her. I think she sounds great on that, and she does her thing, but that's also more her style. And I know she could do better than what she did, So that's I think my one thing with this song.
I did enjoy the sample a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but this is what I heard. I heard he was trying to ask Beyonce for the sample, and she said, if you want to sample this song, you have to chill with the cursing and all that disrespectful stuff. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I just heard it a couple times. That does make sense.
I could see that.
Yeah, that does make sense. So I kind of feel like it actually did happen. But that's just a little interesting thing I wanted to say. I like Fivio's verse, how he was just chilling and just being smooth with it. I really like that. I like Queen Naja's verse and her chorus also. She was doing some with Fivio on the hook. I really enjoyed them. As far as Coi Leray, I liked her verse also. I feel like the theme with Coi Leray is though, it's either you like her or you don't like her.
Yeah.
There's not really any in between.
Yeah.
If you don't like her style, then you're not gonna want to listen to her
Yeah.
at all.
She's definitely one of those artists.
Yeah, but I like their verse. It's just like her like yeah. Like if you don't like that style,
Yeah.
if you're not a fan of that, then you're not gonna be a fan of her. But I feel like
Owen, son.
But I feel like my impersonation was pretty good.
yeah, but I did like her verse. Overall, I feel like everybody did their thing on this track.
Yeah,
I really
mm-hmm.
enjoyed it.
For real, nonetheless, they did.
They did their thing.
They did. Oh.
Can I talk about this song?
Yeah,
Yes,
go for
sir.
it, bro.
Go right
I
ahead,
go
man.
for it.
Go
I
ahead.
already
Okay.
know you want to talk.
Yeah.
Slime them. Lil Yachty's on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I was not gonna talk about this song first. We weren't gonna talk about it, but I'm like, yo, we need to talk about this fucking song. This song is hard. So the thing is,
Surprised me.
there's a lot of like drill drums or whatever. There's a lot of drill over this album, but I feel like this is one of the like really like drill songs
This is
on
pinnacle,
this.
bro.
Yes, because the other ones they're like some melodic samples and then they have drill beats on there. But this one just sounds straight up drill.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. Not to say that straight up drill is better than like the melodic samples. Not to say that, but
Nah, yeah.
it was nice to hear that.
This is
after
like pure.
Yeah. It was really nice. Man, Fivio and Lil Yachty did their thing, yo.
Yeah,
And I like
bro.
how they was doing a little back and forth. There was a couple people that do back and forth with Fivio. I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I do like back and forth, but I didn't expect to hear it this many times. So there was like 2 or 3 songs where he was just bouncing off of people, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Just to mention Lil Yachty, he did his thing, yo. I didn't know he would be so relaxed on the drill beat of this caliber. I'm impressed with him. He's done a lot of type of songs, like some melodic songs, some trap songs.
Recently, he's been getting all different genres. He's been covering so many genres. So
it's exemplified in here.
yeah.
So I really enjoyed how they was coming. They were just talking their shit, man. I just like that, how they were just talking their shit. Like, I don't know what else to say. I just really like this song, yo. I really like this song.
I ain't got nothing else. I don't have anything to say. The only, like, cause you basically explained everything, bro. Cause when I heard Yachty, I was like, hold the fuck up. Yachty.
Yeah.
Yachty?
Yeah.
What the? I'm like, this nigga is. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on, but he's fucking spitting.
Nah.
I did not expect that from Yachty at all. Especially like what's in it. I haven't heard Yachty in a while. What was it? Didn't he announce his hip hop retirement or something like that? His rap retirement, and then just went to like, focus on business or something like that. I could be just,
Tripping.
Yeah, but that's like something that I read. But
Yeah.
whatever. I just haven't heard him in a minute,
Mhm.
and to hear him on something like that, it was like, okay, yeah, Yachty, he came out with some shit.
Yeah.
He snapped, alright. But like, in all honesty, I would like to. I'm never gonna lie. I kind of would want to hear a little more of this from Yachty, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Because this surprised me a lot, and he could slide on it. He could definitely slide on it. So if any other type of projects where somebody does this type and they want to feature, hopefully Yachty is one of the people they think about, because this is that shit.
I think Yachty should be in a lot of more people's consideration when going for features.
Yeah, feature in total.
I mean, you think about the stuff he's done. Like, he's written for the City Girls. He's gotten some of their biggest hits, right? Like, full on verses from a female's perspective. Like, that's not easy.
No,
at all.
He's on a Remble song. Do you guys know who Remble is?
Nah.
He's the guy that almost like talks over his beats.
Ew.
The guy, I can't remember the first song that he came out with, but like
You'll play
I
him
kinda know what you're
after
talking- yeah,
this.
I
You'll
kinda
play
know
him
what
after.
you're
I'll play
about.
him for
Yeah.
reference for you guys. But he has a song with Remble now, and every single one of his like verses or every single one of lines his verses, he's just talking them over his verses. You know, like Yachty in the past 2 years to me has been one of the most diverse rappers in the game.
So you're saying, depending on your style, he fits it on the track? Is that
He
what you're
does.
saying?
Yes, he does a job. He goes out of his way to try and fit on your song. Like he will mold his style to be on your song, as opposed to just trying to be himself on your song. He's able to do that through his lyricism, but I think he does a really good job of considering what the song sounds like and trying to fit into that as much as possible. As of recent, because we know him as Double XL, that whole class of just like SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah.
So he's come a long way.
Yeah.
I think.
Come a long way.
This song is crazy. I don't have much to say about the song other than this song is great. This song was playlist like
Yeah.
the first listen.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. Next track, Changed on Me. Vory does the hook and Polo G does the verse. Fuck with this one. I fuck with this one.
Yeah.
How we feeling about it?
Yeah.
It's Polo G.
Dude,
It's Polo G.
I fuck with Polo G so hard.
I do.
Like-
I can't lie. He's one of the niggas I definitely fuck with.
So Fivio did his thing on this beat. Vory he's on the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he fits because of like the epic sample and the way he was singing. This song had a very similar, at least in Fivio's verse, had a very similar Off the Grid vibe to me. This song sounded a lot like Off the Grid in terms of Fivio's rapping. Sample reminded me of Final Fantasy, so I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I had a feeling it was clicking to me like
Yeah, it
this
felt
does
like Kingdom
sound
Hearts,
so
Final Fantasy.
retro gamey vibe.
Yeah.
But I don't know like what exactly.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it, yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
just Polo on this song, man. Like, Fivio is so clean. Polo is so chaotic in his verse. And I love the contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just brings such a, like, in line but slightly out of line kind of feel to it, where Fivio is so clean and so comfortable. So I like the contrast and this song is really solid. This was another playlist for me.
Definitely.
Yeah. This song is for the win. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Like, need I say more? Like I already said, it's Fivio, it's Polo.
Yeah.
Polo, he's impressed me quite a lot. Polo is one of the dudes I never really expected to like have a listen for, but like
Yeah.
Polo, actually calm. It's actually calm.
Yeah, man.
Fucks with it a lot. Ow.
What I
Ow.
like.
Ow.
You good?
I had a sudden cramp in my leg. What the fuck?
Should I cut that
Are you
out?
okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
I don't know if
I'm
we should
Okay,
cut
okay.
that
It's
out.
cool.
don't-
Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. It's fine.
Anyway, I really like Polo G's verse. The thing with Polo G is, ironically, a lot of like Chicago rappers, they'll be like aggressive as fuck. But Polo G, he's a little more melodic. He's a little more chill on his verses.
Mhm.
So to
Yeah.
hear him aggressive is actually kind
Yeah.
of rare. So I like when he's talking aggressive like this. He doesn't do it often. I really enjoyed his verse. I fuck with Fivio's verse. He was just chilling, just doing his regular thing. He was just talking his shit, and I enjoyed Vory's hook a lot. I really like what he be doing. Like I've heard him on a couple other tracks, and he could sing his ass off, yo. He just like, it sounds soulful. He's just like he's just really trying his thing. I really enjoyed it. Not gonna say too much about this song, I guess, but I just liked it. I just like what everybody brought to the table.
The one thing I'll say about this song is this point, I would say this song or maybe slightly after this song is maybe the point where someone who is not the biggest fan of drill could get tired of this album, to me at least. Like, just because of the beat choices and the samples and like, you know, if you're not enjoying the album so far, I don't think it would be particularly your favorite like for the rest of the album either.
Okay.
But I think at the same time, if you like the sound, like this song will like reiterate that. You know what I mean? Like this song will continue it. This is a good transition into the rest of the album.
Agreed. Last song, Can't Be Us. Anybody want to start off?
I'll take that one. I'm not gonna lie to you, because that was a heart to heart song in a sense. Like it attracted me heartfully, because like here's the thing, like I'm Kendrick. I'm a Kendrick. Here's what I mean by that. You know how when Kendrick raps about the stuff that he's seen, like, you know, a bunch of hood stuff that he's seen, but he never played the part. He never played the part as a hood nigga, basically.
Yeah.
That was kind of like me in a sense growing up where my grandmother stayed. So like a lot of shit that I would see, like the shit that he's talking about, like I seen, like I seen a lot of it.
Yeah.
I seen a lot of it to where, like, you know, obviously it was worrisome for me. It was like, you know, I'm not gonna say traumatizing, but like it's shit that I grew up with and seen. I was like, that's the hood life. So when he talked about shit like that, I was like, it was very relatable to a lot of shit that I seen. So like that's why I connected with that record. So like heart to heart type of shit, because it was like, yo, everything that he's saying in that record, I grew up around, and it was just like, yo, holy shit.
Yeah.
I see, like I get a sense of the shit that he's talking about. Like, yo, bro, you right, you right. I know what it's like, and it's rough. Like, not saying I know what it's like in first person, but in third person perspective.
Right.
I know. I definitely understand.
Oh, if you don't mind, I bounce off of him.
Yeah, go for it.
I think what you're trying to say is that we mentioned Kendrick. With Kendrick, he's seen a lot of violent stuff, a lot of hood stuff, but he himself hasn't acted on it. And
exactly.
Neither has you.
That's why I call myself a Kendrick, because I seen it but never acted on it. It was just like.
But in the contrast with Fivio, what you like is because he's actually her dude. Like
he's speaking from that perspective.
Exactly.
And I'm like, yo, I understand his perspective, but in third person. Like I get it. I get it. I get a lot where he's coming from.
So I actually like that. I actually like that contrast. Like, you've seen a lot of violent stuff. You've seen a lot of traumatizing things, but you yourself haven't acted on it, and you're speaking on it. That's what Kendrick would do. And Fivio, he might have actually been involved in some of those things. So he talks about it. I like both those aspects.
Yeah.
I
His first person view is my third person view.
So, right.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, definitely understand where you're coming from, bro.
Is this the outro?
Yes, this is the last song.
Technical outro, right? Yeah. So, I really fuck with the '90s vibes on the beat. Very like R&B, you know, '90s R&B.
Yeah.
I love the lines that add together to kind of make a, you know, if you weren't with me on the journey, then why would you be with me at the top? Like that message. I really like that message in this song. And how he would never accept it if like he or his team failed, you know, stuff like that. It was a lot of reinforcement, I guess, too, for the people around him. Yeah. So this was definitely a song for where he came from, and a song for the people around him. So it's a good, solid intro. Everything an intro outro. Everything an outro needs was included in this song.
I was just gonna mention something real quick. He referenced Dipset anthem. He took a little bit from the hook, and also DMX slipping. He took a little bit from the hook as well. I really enjoyed hearing that. I like when people like they kind of take a hook they enjoy. Not to say they like rap the whole thing, because then that's just fucking stealing at this point. But it's just respect. I really like hearing people just take a little bit from the hook and just spin it in their own way. I really enjoy that. So that caught my attention on the track. And he really ended it nice.
Solid.
There's a specific thing that this song does that I feel like the other songs don't do, and I guess we could just lay our final verdict on the album, how we feel about it overall. This song is 4 minutes long, and not to say that all the songs had to be like that, but my issue with the album is that the songs he's just on solo are like 2 minutes max. I don't like that because it's just mad short. So this is the only song where he's on fully, and it's pretty long. Not to say that all your songs that you're solo on have to be like fucking 3-4 minute song. Not saying that.
Yeah.
But it's just
of course not.
almost every song is mad short that only
Mad
he's
short.
on. I don't really like that.
Yeah.
I feel like the point is because the reason I feel like, especially like in this generation nowadays, songs are so short. I feel like labels will want you to make your song short just so that people could listen to it. Like, damn, I haven't heard enough. Let me listen to it again. I feel like that's the point. But when you're on an album, it doesn't really make sense to me to have your song so short. Like multiple songs with only you so short. If you're releasing a single, you could make it short just so, damn, I really like this song. Like, let me listen to it again. But on an album, when you're just trying to flow one after the other, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I think that's kind of a theme of like newer music though. Like songs have been getting shorter and shorter and shorter every year.
Yeah. I see why though. I understand.
I get it. I mean, I get it too in some senses, but like there were songs in here that I felt verses should have been longer, or should have had longer parts, or maybe the bridge should have been longer. You know, like these songs were not short and satisfying. They were short, but they kind of felt like they needed like one little extra thing.
Length.
That would kick it into like like instant playlist type shit.
Yeah, like something needs to be more lengthy in the
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
Whether it would be a verse or whatever the fuck else you want to put
Yeah.
into it. It's
One of the
still
worst
fun.
feelings is listening to a song and it just ends like where you want it to.
I guess that's the point. Labels want these short songs
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
person
Right,
will
right,
want to
right.
listen to it multiple times.
Exactly. It feels like they're going off of attention spans nowadays. It feels like everybody is not so critiqued on long records no more. So they feel as if like, yo, like they'll probably like be a lengthy like at first draft, and they're like, yo, the studio or label will be like, yo, hey, this is good, but we noticed something about people's intentions, so like you can just backtrack this record a little bit, make it a little shorter. You know,
That's an interesting point that I didn't think about.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've noticed it nowadays when records are becoming like more shorter. It feels like everybody is, you know, feeling that vibe more. The shorter record vibes. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, damn.
Because let's be honest, people, especially musically, their attention span is short as fuck.
Yeah.
Like short as fuck.
Yeah.
So if your album's an hour long, they're just gonna be like,
Yeah. Shout out to
Like-
the 44 song Chris Brown album.
like, it just, because I feel like the tactic is to have your album long as fuck and then have a deluxe right after, but the songs themselves are short as fuck. I just don't really like that tactic.
I could see that being like a for the numbers kind of mentality.
Yeah, exact. That.
Yeah.
You made me remember
For
now,
the numbers,
especially for the numbers.
definitely.
Their albums be
Yeah.
like 20 fucking songs long, 25, 27.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's before the deluxe.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like,
That's a fucking deluxe right there. Like just
Yeah.
just leave it
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that.
yeah.
but that's
Whatever.
one thing. Another thing I would say, I mean, I wouldn't call it a criticism. I just want to know how you guys feel. He is not on many songs by himself. A lot of these songs, like, I think he's only by himself like on 4 songs, maybe. So how you guys feel about like, damn, like almost all these songs have features? How y'all feel about that?
I think the feature list was really good on this album, so I think that kind of makes up for it. But at the same time, like, I would have loved one of the first 4 songs on the album to be like Fivio straight up, like going off by himself, straight off the bat. But I think the feeling was from the beginning that this was kind of going to be a feature-oriented album. You can kind of feel it from the beginning. Even the
Right.
samples, like, and the way that and who he worked with certain samples and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked Fivio on some stuff by himself that is like dirty and grimy, like some stuff that can show off multiple styles. But I think the fact that he was consistent with, other than the exception of the outro, and a couple of other songs, I think the fact that he was consistent in terms of energy amongst a lot of these songs, kind of had a he didn't stick out even in those songs where he was by himself. I feel like he didn't stick out as much, because he was consistent over this whole album as opposed to wilding out by himself or stuff like that.
What you think about mad features? What you thinking?
I do agree with you that the feature list was good. It was good. It had a lot of names that you would and wouldn't expect at the same time.
Quavo was here twice.
Yeah,
back to back.
Quavo was on the first two songs, right? Or something like that, or the two or three.
I think the second or third.
Second and third,
second and third.
Yeah, and I feel like it was nonetheless that was cool. I also do agree that it would have been better to hear more so of him rather than just everybody else and him. Like the feature list was a bit lengthy, to say the least, and it's just it felt like what's the name? It wasn't even a him album. It was like an everybody album kind of thing.
Yeah.
He just put everybody on it, and he's like, this still my album, but I gotta get a couple people on this album too.
Yeah.
So you might as well just turn that into an everybody album, just a collaboration album. Then that's the case.
I just have one more thing to say to build off that.
Yeah.
Real quick. I mean, like you said, it's an everybody album. If you take examples from Cole and Kendrick, specifically those two.
Platinum with no features.
Yeah. Platinum with no features, exactly. Cole and Kendrick, and I'm talking about Kendrick on specifically Damn and To Pimp a Butterfly. Those two albums, and then pretty much everything. 2014 Forest Hills Drive, by J. Cole, pretty much whatever.
Yeah, KOD, all that. Yeah.
Those two artists do such a good job of covering so many emotions and varying sounds by themselves over the span of an album. I feel like the issue with this is the fact that I feel like Fivio felt like he needed features to capture different emotions and sounds as opposed to making those himself. He sounds very similar on a lot of these songs, and he needed those features to get those other vibes. And I feel like that's not the best way to approach the album,
I see where you come from. I get it.
Now that you mention Cole and Kendrick, I feel like the reason that their albums don't have a bunch of features is because they really enjoy 80s and 90s styles. I feel like that's why. Because I feel like the tactic nowadays, I already mentioned it, short ass songs, and your album is long as hell, 20 something, and then it has a deluxe. And also, they want a bunch of features just so their fans could be like, oh shit, let me go listen to this album, or let me go listen to this song at least. I feel like that's just the tactic.
You couldn't have said it any better.
Long ass album with a bunch of songs, short ass songs though at the same time, and then a bunch of features. I feel like the album is kind of like that.
So what I think we're all just realizing right now is how industry this album really is.
Yo, to say the least.
This album is very music industry. Just thinking in hindsight.
It's the what the label and them want rather than what no, probably
and even it could have been even his thinking, but it's showing you that he kind of has a music industry way of making his album.
I feel like he wanted to do these songs, he generally wanted
to,
right. But they're industry kind of sound.
Yes. Yeah, it's filtered
because they want those nice ass samples. They want drill. They want them hard ass tracks.
The Alicia Keys chorus.
Yep. They want that.
Yes.
They want to say my names. They want the honorable mention. They want the Neo type of thing. They want that type of vibe. So it's understandable. Yeah. It's definitely understandable.
But overall though, just to close on this album, just how we feel about it, just to end off.
I think it's solid. I think it's solid New York drill. I think though in hindsight, now we're talking about it's radio drill to
Yeah.
me. A lot of it is.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's what a lot of New York drill is right now. I think
We
we're
got some of the underground cats that are
right. But
being
we're like
put
we're
this
like
one.
3 to 4 years into the movement now, and I feel like it's gotten very radio, in some senses.
Yeah.
So this is just, there are some gems in here for sure. Like the Yachty song, I feel like is maybe the least radio song on this mixtape.
Oh yeah.
Because of how
Mixtape?
out of the I'm sorry, album. Because of how out of the box and just straight up drill like in your face it is.
Yeah.
Just one thing I want to say. I want to give a shout out to the song that you don't like, World Watching, Little TJ Young Blue.
God.
So I'm not a big fan of the song either. I just want to say shouts out to whoever's idea it was to sample Lights by Ellie Goulding and make that, bro. That's part 2 of why you can turn any song into a drill beat. Like you took a 2012 pop song, like an EDM pop song, and turned that into a drill beat.
That boy is upset.
I don't know, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry to ruin your mood.
Okay, not to say that I don't like that song. I just don't like the hook.
Yeah.
And
The hook was boring.
TJ's my guy. I fuck with Lil TJ.
He's cool.
And I like what he said. I just don't like the delivery. It felt like sleeping music. Like seriously.
Right.
So
right. Respectfully.
Like and that's my rule. No matter how fire the verses are, if they don't like the hook, they're not gonna like the song.
Yeah, 100%.
So
No,
I just don't bump that song often just because I don't like the hook.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
definitely understand that.
But
Yeah, sorry to bring that up. I just
yeah.
the audacity that somebody had to sample Ellie Goulding.
The audacity is crazy.
Yeah.
The audacity is crazy.
Yeah, solid album. Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Definitely.
This is a summer album. Okay.
Yeah.
Summer's right around the corner. There's a lot of people that's gonna be bumping this album.
I see myself listening to the whole album straight through because there's certain albums like I fuck with it, but let me just pick a couple songs I like and then just bump those. I see myself bumping the whole album straight through. Not that often, but just a couple times.
I feel
myself.
you.
There's certain albums that the whole message is within the album, so you kind of have to listen to the whole album. This album isn't like that, but just because I enjoy it, I don't mind listening to it straight through.
I got you. Yeah.
But yeah, overall solid album. I hope Fivio
Solid.
continues to keep this energy.
Solid.
Yeah.
He's really doing his thing these past couple years.
I suspect to be hearing this a lot at
Yeah.
car meets and at the beach in New York, especially. I know NYC.
Just
NYC's me bumping.
Yeah, every single New York live
Function.
event. Yeah,
Yeah.
New York function.
Yeah.
It's gonna be played, and it's a fact. It's gonna be played. Just watch. Watch this summer, bro. It's gonna go wild. It's gonna go wild.
Real quick before we get. Well, I don't know if it's real quick. I'm gonna let you take over. We want to talk about a couple things before we get out of here.
So we have our little side topic.
Why wait?
Because what we were talking about it's so funny.
Yeah, it's just
so
interesting.
funny.
It's just interesting.
It's so funny.
So I have a little side topic here. Should we do the biggest one last, or should we do it first?
I say do it last.
Do it last? All right. Just our little side topic is upcoming features and upcoming projects that I just thought were interesting. Upcoming people that I saw in the studio together that I just thought were interesting. So first off is Rocky and Westside Gunn. They have
very, very interesting.
What I've heard is more than one song on the way. So I think that's an interesting feature because that's two dudes who have been in the game longer than maybe Gen Zers would know or younger people would know.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rocky, I don't know. I just remember Rocky was working with Skrillex in 2012. That's 10 years ago now. And that's just crazy to think about. And Westside is blowing up with all of Griselda.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
Shouts out to Griselda.
What do you guys think of that?
The thing with Rocky is, when he first came out, he was very Houston oriented. Even though he's from obviously New York, he was very Houston oriented, and he was making very modernized music. But as of lately, he's been doing kind of chill, kind of old school type of music.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy it. Not to say that he has to do it all throughout, But just to hear that side of him, I really have enjoyed it these past couple years. So for him to be making tracks with Griselda, my bad, Westside Gunn specifically, for him to be making tracks like that, and they're probably making old school songs at that. I really enjoy that.
That's
it's
what I
nice.
can't wait
It's
for.
nice to hear that from Rocky. Just
Yeah.
just trying to be as versatile as possible, and then especially going into old school, which we enjoy a lot. So I really like hearing that.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that Arizona vibe that he used to give off. Cause
You
like,
say Houston?
wait, you said Houston? I am wildin'.
You said Houston, right? You said Arizona?
I said Arizona. I'm bugging out. We gonna act like I didn't say that. So as I was saying, I don't know where I got.
Nigga
Arizona
said
from.
Houston, Arizona. What
No,
the fuck?
no. We gonna act. I'm still.
Anyways.
Leave that alone. So anyway, yeah, cause the first song that came into my head was Ghetto Symphony that he had dropped back in Long Live ASAP.
Oh, that song is
That song
fucking
is
fire,
hard,
bro.
man. That song
Oh my
is hard.
god, that song is
So
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
that's what made me like think of the Houston
Yeah.
vibe that he talked about.
Nigga said Arizona. I'm still weak. I'm still weak, yo.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Houston vibe that he was talking about is like the song that came in my head was like Ghetto Symphony. Like I hear that shit. I hear it off of that on record. But as of now, yeah, I did kind of just get into what's the name, Westside Gunn John. So that is gonna be very interesting to hear. And a lot of people from off of Griselda is just is very interested. So to hear that name is just like it's something to be anticipated for nonetheless.
For sure.
Yeah.
I hope this takes us back to the One Train type Rocky era. That boom bap.
Another crazy Rocky
was
song.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yo, I think I'm about to
God, bro.
after we finish. I think I'm about to listen to Long Live ASAP
Yeah,
just because we
Long
talking
Live
about.
ASAP because bro,
Oh my god, that song
album
is fucking
was
crazy.
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah. That album was
I love that album, bro.
Those
I love that
albums, yo. Rocky's first three projects, Live Love, Long Live, and then At Long Last. I love all three of those projects.
Yeah, bro.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his experimental, like, he almost revolutionized hip hop in terms of just the way he was saying, his delivery and his beat choice was a big one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just, yeah, I don't know.
I feel you, I feel you though.
I'm
I
thinking
feel
about
you
now.
though.
I'm thinking about A$AP Rocky song.
I feel you though. I feel you though.
All right, the second one is, and I just wanted to get this in because we are so East Coast oriented. I wanted to get a West Coast oriented.
My
thing in
nigga
here.
fitted high, yo.
You stupid.
So TDE is finally making moves, like finally moving again. It's not all of them, but it's Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul, and J-Rock were finally in the stew together again. And Schoolboy Q is on Twitter right now, bro, talking about how TDE is the best label, blah blah blah.
Of all time.
Like, you'll never hear
Talking that
anybody
shit.
like us.
Talking
all
that
this
shit,
stuff.
of course.
He's talking a lot of shit right now. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? What are you ready for the TDE? moves?
There's one thing I wanted to mention.
Mm-hmm.
Was Kendrick at the studio? No, right?
Kendrick was not at the studio.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that? Because remember, months ago, Kendrick was like, "Yo, this is probably gonna be my final TDE album."
Yep.
So, do you feel like he's just distancing himself from the label and just like the people he was fucking with?
I think that's a tough claim to make.
Yeah,
Only
that's
because
kind
Kendrick
of
is like,
hard analysis. Right
other
there.
than maybe Baby Keem, Kendrick is like in his like, he's like at the top of the mountain meditating at all times. Like, I feel like that's just like how I envision him, you know? Like, he'll reach out to fam, he'll reach out to his cousin Baby Keem, and that's it. Like, Oh, and then actually Kendrick had Kendrick and Wayne had a track recently.
That was interesting.
Kind of flew under the radar.
Definitely flew under the radar. I
Yeah,
think
kind of
it's
flew under
just
the radar. But yeah, I just feel like Kendrick. There was a point where Kendrick was big on the collabs and big on meeting people in the stew and talking to people and learning from people. Kendrick is just in his like meditative state now. So I don't know if it's a accurate claim to be like, is he distancing himself? Is he doing this, and that?
Yeah.
I feel like Kendrick's a very unpredictable individual.
Not to say that I feel like he was just don't fuck with him. Not to say that. I was just wondering why he wasn't there. But that does make sense. Like he's probably just a chill ass person by himself most of the times.
If anything, back to the original topic of discussion. I'm gonna be honest. I can't wait to hear Ab-Soul again.
Big time.
Because it's like, how long has it been? It's been.
I feel like Ab-Soul is probably like the least famous wise, like the least like known wise in TDE, probably.
Yeah.
But his
shit talent, goes, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
His shit goes.
Dude, the fact that he could feature on Lupe Fiasco tracks and keep up with him it just goes to show you, like
he's something.
He has it together.
He's something.
Yeah.
They want to share my light.
I'm excited, man. Ab-Soul. See, this is interesting though, because Ab-Soul had tweeted out something in 2019 or 2020, something like that, which was like
2019 was 3 years ago.
Yeah, crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about. He tweeted out, and this is the crazy part. He tweeted out 70%. That's what he tweeted out in 2019, and people took that as like, oh, he's 70% done with his album, right?
Yeah, of course.
Last September, he just tweeted out 80%. 2 years later, like, so I think another thing to keep in mind is that they're working on the Ab-Soul album. So
it's very, very interesting.
Yes. So hopefully it's 100% by the summer, at least, bro. I come on.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
If anything, that'd be the perfect time to drop it.
Yep.
All right, last but not least, because this is getting a little long.
I'm gonna be honest. I said it like in the first episode. I'm gonna cut this shit out. I don't know how much I'm cutting out, bro. I'm just let these videos be an hour long. Like, do whatever the fuck you want. Video. Do whatever you want.
We're gonna have to start finding some sponsors. Like, take a sponsor break.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, beef. Potentially.
Oh man, this is why I said we were laughing so hard because of this shit.
Yes.
That's why when I look at him, it's like.
So this goes back to This goes back to the Kanye saying me and Driz are cool now thing, because so Jack Harlow was in the studio the other day, and Drake was in the studio with him, or either vice versa. Drake was in the studio, Jack Harlow was with him. Whatever.
Either way, they were still in the studio with each other.
Right. Yeah. And there was a snippet that was released of a couple lines from a Drake and Jack Harlow song that will be coming out soon. Probably a summer vibe. I know that those two together, they're like this. I feel like they found each other. Like they're like low key the same person, like personality wise and just everything. Like I don't know. I feel like they just fit. They can make a good song together. I feel like. But what Drake says, quote, "My urges for revenge are uncontrollable. I know we're getting older though, but I gotta get a back for that. It's non-negotiable. It's not even debatable." That's number one. Number two, all I hear is plug talk coming from middleman. All I hear is tall tales coming from little men. He spits, if I see ya, I spit in your faces. Ha too. Daytonas with the green faces. Now, what are we thinking? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Okay. You mind if I jump in this real quick? Okay. Obviously, he's talking about Push.
Yes.
Obviously.
There's nobody else he could be talking about.
Like, people don't understand. Certain people don't understand. Fucking Clips and Young Money, Cash Money, they have been beefing since the 2000s. Like, seriously. We could have a whole nother episode just about that issue.
Their history and how it is today, because they're still going on.
I don't think enough people talk about Clips either.
No, they don't. Yeah, if I'm being honest, no, they don't.
But what was I about to say? So obviously, he's talking about Push, and it sounds like he might be talking about Ye also. But what is weird is that they just made up a couple months,
Yes.
like a few months ago. So I'm confused. But I feel like the issue is Kanye, and Push are label mates, obviously,
Yeah.
and I guess Kanye and Drake are cool now, but Push and Drake have been beefing forever. So it's like it's some are cool, but then there's this one mutual like issue. So it's just like
big ass
yeah. So it's like if I don't fuck with you and you don't fuck with me, but then we both fuck with Josh, we gonna see each other. We just be like whatever.
Right.
The three of us is gonna be
Oh,
awkward
yes.
because
Oh, no,
we don't fuck with
Yes,
each other.
yes.
That shit gonna be weird as hell.
Yes.
So it's probably that type of issue. But I feel like Drake, just cause he's not fucking with Push, he probably sent some shots to Kanye. I don't know for sure, but that's what it sounds like. And I hope that's not the case. But my guess is, yo, if you're mutual friends with somebody I don't fuck with you either.
Yeah.
That's probably just what it is.
Dude, that's code. I feel like, almost. You know, Josh, what do you think about it?
Especially
some would
musically.
say,
Right.
Especially
some would say
musically.
no. Musically, I would, intend on them saying like, yo, oh, you my mans, I fucks with you, but if you fuck with him, I don't know, we kind of gonna have a little difference of some sort. I feel like that can work in. Let me not say work. Sorry. I feel like it does have a long way to go as far as the music industry because it's like artists coming together doing a bunch of stuff and one artist want to work with this one, but due to the fact they mess with him, it's kind of iffy. And then if you do work, mans that you bangs with, I'm on your camera, my fault. Mans that you do bang with,
So good.
mans that you do bangs with, it's like we kind of taking a step back now. So it's like a ring around the rosy situation. But I hope that he's not trying to take any shots at Kanye, even though like he's talking about Kanye's label mate, and I hope that Kanye can respect that. Even though that he's not fucking with Pusha, like they can still be cool and try to see some sort of outcome to them, like finally squashing beef for good. Like, I know that's probably not gonna come for a while, but Jesus Christ, like just something. Kanye could, in my opinion, I feel like Kanye could now be the problem, the dude to kill that shit off with them.
Yeah.
Like now that him and Drake are cool, I feel like they could just.
See, but with that power comes great responsibility.
My fault, Uncle Ben. My fault.
Because you gotta think about it. He could be the guy to defuse it. He could also be the guy that sparks the whole shit right back up.
Right.
But the thing is, like, yo, like I said, Clips and Young Money,
Yes.
Cash Money,
Yes. It's bigger
have
than
been
just
beefing for as long as, like, we were probably like 5-6 years old when they started not fucking with each other. So it's like, how do you just have that chill?
Yeah.
I don't see it chilling until like they just pass away, honestly.
Yeah.
Not to say I want them to pass away
No,
soon, obviously,
right,
but I'm
right,
saying like they die of
That's how
old
it's
age
gonna-
or
yeah,
whatever.
it's not-
That's the only way I see it dying down.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That makes sense. What I hope this isn't is Kanye just kind of showing face to everyone to get on everyone's good side at the same time. Because there have been times in the past where Kanye will talk shit about someone or say something like, bro, like Big Sean. Like, that was a big thing that surprised me. Like, he talked a lot of shit about Big Sean, like, for no reason.
Another
was-
label mate, which is
Yeah.
very
Fuck.
confusing.
Right. And it's like, do you just expect us to be cool after? Like, I don't really understand. And this is kind of just a Kanye, like, I feel like, just going with a flow type of thing. Because that's been Kanye's thing recently, is he's just himself. Yeah, like, he doesn't care what he says. He doesn't care how he looks. None of this. Which kind of is affecting this relationship. Like, he doesn't care how he looks. He's like, oh yeah, I'm friends with Drizzy now. Well, how do you think Pusha feels this whole time, when you've been on his side? Like, what's going to happen in a year and a half, 2 years? Like, I don't know. It's very confusing. in terms of where Kanye sits in this whole deal.
I'm not gonna talk too much about Kanye. I definitely don't want to talk shit about one of the greatest rappers of all time. I'm not gonna do that. But I just feel like these past few months, like probably since the year started, he hasn't been thinking about consequences.
No, he hasn't.
At all.
No.
Especially social media, like at all.
No, he act first. He's been an act first.
At this point, this nigga don't know the definition of consequences. So,
like, do this first, ask questions later. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do that, especially if you're famous. Like, I mean, I guess I'll mention it. Will Smith and Chris Rock. Like when you're famous, there's just certain things you can and can't do.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. They're like, "Oh, I want to be rich. I want to be famous." But then when you are famous, you realize there's a lot of shit you can't do. You're tight. Like, "Oh, I don't want to be famous anymore."
Right.
But that's what you were desiring in the first place.
Yeah,
so
you get pretty restricted.
When you're famous and you're on live television in front of millions of people, you can't just slap somebody out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So,
still a human being.
Yeah.
Still all human beings.
So just talking about that, just talking about Ye, you can't just be talking mad shit without consequences on social media when you have like millions and millions of followers.
Right. And not even with consequences, you can't expect people to not talk about it. Like you can't expect it to not make it big. You can't do something and be like, "Oh, why are people all talking about it?"
Yeah, why are people getting so enraged? Just say, what?
I wonder why, dude. Like, it's you. Like,
like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
But
I
guess.
Anything else about that specifically? Drake and Jack Harlow in the studio?
Not that. I think Jack Harlow's gonna have a big summer. That's the one thing I'll say. And maybe Drake, but
Drake is always tended to have a big summer at this point.
Drake is like the summer guy. He has big summers on like old records.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just hope.
Shit, 2016. Ever think about that?
But I mean, I was gonna say I hope that Drake and Ye are cool.
Yeah.
They don't reignite anything, but at the same time, I don't see that happening because Push is a label mate of Kanye.
Right.
I don't see that happening, but we'll just see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will most definitely tell.
I guess we're done here.
Yes. So as normal, if you made it this far,
yes.
Yes.
If you made it this far to this long ass podcast,
y'all just be stealing my lines. Like, go ahead, y'all can talk. Y'all can talk.
We're gonna wait for the rest of the season. We're just gonna be hijacking,
like
waiting for him to talk. He's gonna be like, and then we're gonna be like, so if you
get us, yeah. But nonetheless,
I'm gonna start throwing hands.
I mean, to say the least, you might as well just throw 8 hands.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You my dog. We
gotta keep that in, bro.
You my dog. It's just.
Hey, maybe I can fuck you up with one hand. Who knows?
Well, you're right. My fault, gang. I apologize.
It still works. I just can't move it too much. So I could punch with this hand too. So I'm just saying.
Obviously. But for real, if you made it this far, we appreciate the love, the support, the views, the likes, the shares, etc. Everything that you've done for us so far.
Hey, every message, every comment means a lot.
Everything,
it really does.
Man, everything.
Every single one.
And this video's gonna be long as fuck. I'm not cutting anymore. Like I'm gonna cut like stuff we like fuck up on, like I need to cut out. But besides that, I'm not taking out important stuff. Let the video be an hour and like 30 minutes. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I thought it was good content.
Yeah.
This
as long as
this
it's
is
good.
another good content
so
video, so why not?
Whatever. Any final points? Anything about Favi's album? Anything about the studio sessions we saw? Anything?
Favi did a good job. Great album. All these studio sessions, hopefully these records come out sooner than we expect.
Hopefully projects also.
Yeah, projects. Yeah, that's what my biggest thing this year is. I want to see projects from people. I haven't seen projects from.
Do you think it's gonna be a project-based summer?
I don't know. I hope.
We'll just see.
Can only hope.
All right, I guess we're out of here. All right, guys. Guess y'all could say doses to the peoples.
Appreciate you always. Like, subscribe, hit the notification. Yeah.
OddwOrld.
Deuces. Have a good one. Spin your boy OddwOrld.
My guy Brotegé.
Yes, sir.
This is Self Spoken Law. We are out. Deuces.
Peace.